Today we're going to draw a cute polar bear wearing a winter hat. Let's get started. For this project, I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker, but you could use a pencil, a regular marker, a black crayon, or whatever you have with you that you could use. And we're going to start with a big, tall rainbow line or a curved line. Start at the bottom of your paper, draw your line that goes up, curves around, and then goes back down to the bottom of the paper. Let's use that same type of line, another curved line on the side for the polar bear's ears. One on the other side to match. Let's add that same shape on the inside for the inside part of the polar bear's ears. All right, now it's time to draw that hat, that adorable polar bear hat. Make another curved line that starts at the ears and goes up, curves around, and back down. And then if you have space at the top, you can go ahead and add a little poofy ball right there on the top of that hat. Now let's draw another curve that goes across the polar bear's head, and let's add some lines in there for that soft, fuzzy part of the polar bear's hat. Let's start working on the polar bear's face now. So the eyes, you could do closed happy eyes like this and use another curved type of line, or you could use a shape and make your polar bear's eyes open. I think for this one, I'm going to use 2 circles and make my polar bear's eyes open. I'm going to draw 2 circles and then a smaller circle on the inside, and then color around that little circle so that my polar bear's eyes look shiny. Now let's draw the nose. The nose kind of looks like an upside down triangle, and the corners are round. There we go. And I'm going to draw a really skinny oval and color around that oval so it looks like the polar bear's nose is also shiny. And now let's do that cute little smile. We can use another curved line that starts at the bottom of the nose and then one on the other side. Look how cute our polar bears are looking. You can add eyebrows or eyelashes if you want to. I'm going to also color in the inside part of my polar bear's ears. And now I think it's time to add a design on the hat. We can use all kinds of different lines. I used wiggly lines. This time I think I'm going to use a zigzag line for my first design, and then another wiggly line across the top of that hat. Next, let's go ahead and add some snowflakes around that polar bear. Remember, start with an X and then draw a straight line right through the middle. You can make your snowflakes big, medium, and small. This will give your artwork variety. Variety is great to have in your artwork because it makes it much more interesting to look at. All right, my polar bear is looking awesome. I'm going to get started on my coloring. I am using crayons for my polar bear. You could use whatever materials you have with you. All right, I know polar bears are white, but I'm going to add a little something extra to my polar bear by adding some blue around the edges of my polar bear. That way, this is going to make my polar bear look like that snow and that ice is reflecting off of that polar bear's face and ears. This is going to make my polar bear look extra chilly, which is a good thing because polar bears like to be cold. They like to live in the snow. So I'm going to go ahead and add that wonderful little detail just to give my polar bear a little extra something.